you watch Haason nowadays, is it kind of remarkable to think that he was inside his first few years?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, athletically, he's just so gifted with what he can do. Even in some stuff where you just see him going into drops in our scheme, he's right on it, and he'll come and talk to us about what he thinks he sees for middle linebackers and stuff. So it's good to have a guy like that that's kind of done everything to just like bounce things off of and with what we're doing and how he kind of sees things at times. So it's good.
So many new pieces on this defense this year, so many new guys, including one who just came in yesterday. How's the process gone of kind of becoming a single unit, and is that going to be kind of a continuing thing throughout the year?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else we do. Just with we're working every single day. We work really hard in walkthrough to where everyone's on the same page, and really hard in the meeting room to make sure that we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing, when we're supposed to be doing it, and when you get like new guys coming in and trying to get them up to speed, it's easy because we got guys who really know what they're doing and they can follow right along and jump right in. So I mean, it's a process every single day. And it's something that we pride ourselves on, is knowing what we're doing and making sure that there's not a lot of mental errors, because we don't want to beat ourselves at all.
TJ, as far as tackling goes, it seems like across the league tackling is a little sloppy in some of these preseason games. Is that sort of something that is difficult to kind of get down in the way practices are run now, and something that gets better as the season goes along, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough. You're saying with us not being live a lot in practice and things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things that you have to be focused on. But I think what we do a good job of is making sure that we're not just tagging off on the running backs. We're in a position to where if we have to fit up, we can fit up. And believe me, we preach it every single day about just making sure our form's right, making sure our leverage is right, because we don't want to go out there first weekend and miss a bunch of tackles. So it's something that we got to be conscious of, and our coaches do a good job of hammering that in.
How far have you seen Nakobe come since training camp started? Just like learning the defense, learning his role and everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's a quick study. Right away you could tell that he is just kind of a good feel for the game and a good feel for the linebacker position. And what I really liked about him was he's not afraid to ask a question when he doesn't understand something. And I think the biggest thing you look for as a rookie, something that I wanted to do that you see with him, is just not trying to make that same mistake every day. So once you make a mistake, you don't make it again. And he's a guy, he fits right in too, man. He's a really good dude, funny guy, a lot of character. So he's done a really good job. He's been making plays, and really excited to see what he does this year.
If you think back these past 3 years, what was the moment when you realized you belonged?
When people realize what?
When you personally realized that you have a spot in the league, that like you can make it here.
Yeah, I think it took me a little bit, but for me, it's just one of those things to where I felt like I've done a really good job on each level of football that I've played in, from high school to college, and I think really it was 2020 when I started playing a little bit more linebacker and making some plays. It really just helped my confidence, if anything. I knew that I had it in me, but I didn't get to do it on the field yet. So going out there and really showing yourself that you're capable of those things, and then coming back and once you can replicate that, it gives you a lot of confidence. And I'm really excited about the year, just the confidence of the whole defense in general, knowing that we have a lot of guys that can make a lot of plays, and being the guy in the middle to do that.
For you and Epps, you guys, it's not the same type of story, but it's similar in that you guys are special teams guys and backups, and now you both have big roles. Have you had that conversation? Is this something you guys have actually discussed?
I mean, here and there, and obviously we communicate just about in every play. So we're always kind of in touch with what we're doing, and we got the same warm-up routine, so we're always talking in the pool and things like that. But I think you just recognize how hard it is to get keep taking steps in this league. You realize how many good players that come in here and come out, and so you got to be grateful for where you're at right now, but also realize that this isn't the end goal. You want to keep getting better and better. So and it's nice to have a guy like that keeps climbing the ranks, and it gives you even more motivation. And we got a lot of guys like that, honestly, on this team. So it's been really good.
What's the pregame routine?
Yeah, we get in the whirlpool. It's really before practice, and just run around, just get our legs warm, and turn the treadmill on. And he doesn't like the treadmill on, but I do, so that gives him a little. He gets irked about that a little bit, but we're just in there for 10 minutes, talking about practice, about what we think's going to happen, and messing around with each other. So it was good.
Is this your first season with the green dot?
I mean, I wore it a little bit last year, back half of the year, but it's something. Yeah, I've had it, for camp, obviously, and I'm really excited about it. I think I did it all throughout college, and something I'm comfortable doing. So yeah, again, just excited in general.
Does that kind of give you a better feeling or a bigger feeling of ownership over the defense?
I mean, yeah, and it's one of those things to where it's never just, how I look at it is, everyone has to own, their role, and something that we talked about with the coaches is just what we're doing and how each guy fits and things like that. So I think, as a unit, we all take ownership over knowing what we're doing and communicating. But I think it's just one of those things it's exciting about what we all can do in general.
And is he giving you just the play calls, or is there more of a back and forth in the conversation?
Yeah, I guess that's something you guys might have to find out on Sunday. So we'll go from there.
When you first got here, you told us you were, I think, 9th on the depth chart. Do you always carry that sort of chip on your shoulder, even when you get that green dot, and even as far as you've come in this defense?
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't something that stuck with me, just because I thought I was productive, coming out of school and things like that, and but just the way things shake out. But like I said earlier, there's so many good guys. When I got here, we had just studs at linebacker, so it's like you're not going to come in and be the top guy, but it really just makes you more hungry, and it's something that I carry with me all the time to make sure that I never lose that chip on my shoulder, that I got to come in here and prove myself every single day. And so, yeah, no, you're good. And so that's what I want to do every single day.
Speaking of hungry, so you've got a contract through this year, I guess, and are you thinking about that at all, about what your future is here?
No, not really. To be honest with you, it's easier said than done, but I'm really focused on what this team can do this year, and those chips fall where they may. That's not really my focus, and especially going into the year, I'm excited to get out there with this group. I think we have a lot of special guys out there, so that's really my main goal.
TJ, see the hoodie man.
Yeah.
What have you seen from Miles, even though over the past couple of weeks he's been out? What have you seen from him this summer?
Yeah, I think just his growth in general. I actually was Miles' roommate at the combine, so we were in the train station together, and that was the first time I met him. I obviously played against him in college at Penn State. He got the better of me a couple times, so I knew he was a really good player. But just kind of coming in the same draft class and seeing his growth every single year, you can see. And what I really noticed this year is his vision is really good. It keeps you gap sound. Making sure that if you jump out of your gap, he's going to find that hole. And a guy that you can really tell is using his voice more as well. Realizes that he's a leader on this team, and so it's good to see him kind of being in those roles and making sure that the running back group follows. So, I think Miles is going to have a great year, and I'm really excited about it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.